sealed matches, progression matches, and memes. This show has it all. Welcome to the Seal of Prog-richalcos. Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Seal of Prog-richalcos. The last episode was a bit of a dead heat, with both myself and Tobias winning the same number of games, keeping our difference in scores by 35, myself on 107 and Tobias down on 72. One new card is hitting the ban list this week, which is Monster Reborn.
You were too good for this world.
Now, I pulled this way back in Duelist Pack Yugi and Kaiba and been playing it in every one of my progression decks ever since, and I didn't realise Tobias didn't have a single copy, so it makes sense for him to ban it given the massive disparity between our scores. Right, let's have a look at Elemental Energy, the first set for today. Now, Elemental Energy released at the tail end of 2005 and contained maybe one good archetype in the Dark Worlds, but even then they took a long while for them to actually become sort of meta relevant. Obviously you've got gold as a super rare, down in the rares you've got brow, bronze and silver, commons you've got beige. All of these perform pretty good engine in terms of just being able to let you discard cards to draw or summon themselves, but back in these early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! There aren't too many cards that let you discard for card effect, so they didn't have that many synergistic cards. Hydreigon is a pretty good common. He's a nice advantage engine, especially against recruiter style decks. The other commons are a bit underwhelming. You do get the Familiar Possessed, which are going to be integral for the Sealed Match, just a series of 1850 beaters. Ultra rares, you get a whole bunch of Elemental Hero cards from the anime that are all terrible. The other rares aren't too much to write home about. You do get the King's Knight, Jack's Knight and Queen's Knight, who have had access to twice already thanks to Duelist packs, and they're all pretty terrible even after the most recent support in King's Court. Super rares though, we do have a few good stuff. Obviously we've got the gold, who actually is not as good as silver, but is still pretty good. Pot of Avarice is really fun, obviously just a card that lets you draw two, especially when we have so many monster heavy decks. It would be really insane to get this just to plug in for most of our strategies. Cyberblade is an okay-ish fusion monster. I believe this is Alexis's ace card in the anime, likewise Water Dragon being Bastions, and then the VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon.
Story time?
One of my favourite cards I owned when I was a child. I built a whole deck based on this card, because to me, as a naive, like 9-10 year old, seeing a big fusion monster with 3000 attack, that is all I needed to see to realise that this card must be like the best card ever printed. So I plugged in all my machines, the V's, the W's, the X's, the Y's and the Z's, grabbed a couple of limiter removals and played this deck all over the playground. I had it in my pocket every day when I went to school, and it was one of my treasured possessions of childhood. Unfortunately, when I was performing it as part of a choir, I brought the deck with me to the hall we were performing at. We were out back just dueling some friends, and someone spilt their plastic cup of water all over my deck.
The humanity!
And this was back in the day before I knew about sleeves, and every single one of my cards was water soaked and ruined.
It's just a little drizzle.
There were a couple of radiators that I did try and dry the cards out, but they got to that crispy texture where they're just they don't feel like legitimate cards. They sort of felt like fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards after that encounter, and a lot of the print was washed off as well. Not a pleasant memory, but I did tell you I would indulge you with the memory of the VWXYZ way back in episode whenever the first XYZs came out.
Flashback.
But I'll save it till later down the line in terms of when we get to mid-GX. Then I'll indulge my story time of the VWs with you guys.
End of flashback.
And there's my little story time done. Right, let's flick on over to the collection to see how well we managed to pull. We got the BES Tetran, we got more than enough beiges, 2 brow and 2 bronze, decent enough ratios for both of them. We did get the Shining Flare Wingman, not that I think we're actually going to be able to use this card ever. So you got enough Familiar Possessed for all the ones. We did get 3 Hydreigon, which is really good. 3 silver, also super strong, and we did get the VW stuff. Nothing else really too exciting here. Imagine our deck is probably just going to be Familiar Possessed beat down. Joy. Looking at our sealed deck, we're playing the 1 BES Tetran. This card is kind of okay. He is a 1 tribute monster with 1800 attack, which sounds really bad, and the fact that also after 3 attacks, either him attacking in or being attacked, he blows up, is also bad, but potentially you can use the counters he generates to pop spell traps. so maybe there's some advantage there.
You are deluded.
Playing a lot of the dark worlds, surprisingly, we've got the triple beige, double brow, double bronze, and triple silver, and double scar. So scar can search out any level 4 lowers on destruction by battle, and the key one that you want to trigger is bronze. When he inflicts battle damage, you can discard a card of your choice, which obviously you want to be either discarding the brow to draw one, the beige to summon itself back, or the silver to summon itself back. We are playing triple area and double win. All the other familiar are possessed in the side. I take it that's probably in case the Dark World engine doesn't work as intended, and I just want to focus more on the betas. We've got triple W wing and triple V Tiger Jet, along with the rollout for the dream of summoning VW Tiger Catapult. 2-0 as well. This is another just decent Dark World monster. 1800 attack is pretty good. We've got triple Dark World Lightning. This allows us to pop Tobias' set monsters probably, or even his back row, although most of the back row are chainable here. And then when we do pop it, we then get to discard one of our cards to hopefully trigger a powerful Dark World effect. Triple Gateway to Dark World. This is essentially Monster Reborn, except we can't summon other monsters the turn we use it, so ideally as a quick play spell, we want to be using this at the end of Tobias' turn, recurring one of our monsters, so on our turn we can then make some good use out of it. We have the one Thethonian Blast in the main deck. This is essentially when a monster I control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, we get to destroy the one monster on the field with the lowest attack. It's a really bad miniature 0, but it does function as removal. Double Dark Deal. This card is really cool. So if Tobias uses a normal spell, and pretty much the only good normal spell is Dark World Lightning, we can make the effect becomes your opponent discards one random card. So essentially, Tobias activates Dark World Lightning, and then its effect becomes your opponent, as in myself, has to discard a card. So that can combo really nicely at making us, let's say we do that and we have the silver in hand, we can then discard the silver, summon itself back, and then use silver's effect to stack 2 cards in Tobias' hand to the bottom of his deck, because it would have been discarded by an opponent's card effect. So that's really awesome. We've got triple rollout. This allows us to recover our W wing to equip it onto the V Tiger Jet from the graveyard, and to the Forces of Darkness just to replenish our hand with some Dark World. Alright, looking at the opening hand, we are a little bit scared because we don't have any of the familiar possessed monsters, and our strongest threat is Zur, which isn't that good in a format of 1850 staples. Thankfully, Tobias seems to only have the Zur 2, so we're not feeling too bent out of shape about that. Our turn, we've drawn the W wing. Ooh, we can get rolling. We can get cooking with the roller here. We're going to set down the W wing, pass it on over, see what Tobias is made of. Okay, he's going to set a monster, and then the Zur is going to clear the W wing just as I drew it up. My turn. Get ready, Tobias. We're going to summon the V Tiger Jet, and then I'll activate Rollout. Equipping it with the W wing from the graveyard. Now, W wing, V Tiger Jet, combine in union formation to bring forth the VW Tiger Catapult.
My greatest creation.
With this card, I can discard cards to target one monster on you control and change its battle position. Unfortunately, this is a discard by cost and not effect, so will not trigger any Dark Worlds. Oh wait, what? Thethonian Polymer? I think when you put in fusion summons monster, so you get one monster take that fusion monster. This was a special summon, not a fusion summon.
There is a difference.
Oh, we're just pretending like that was a fusion summon? Okay, sure, misplay number 1, I guess. Right, so Tobias takes the VW Tiger Catapult, even though he shouldn't, because that's not how Thethonian Polymer works. And it looks like we're pretty much running out of this game. Yeah, Dark World Lightning is going to clean up the Dark Deal, and Tobias is going to discard the Scar from hand to do that. And we are then going to take a whopping 3,800 here. How do we out 2,000 attack? We need to like a silver. Silver would be ideal here. Okay, area is okay. At least we can clear the Zur and lower some of Tobias' offensive pressure here. Branch? What the? When a fusion monster on the field is stored battle card effects and the target one of the fusion materials that was used for its summon, special summon it. Okay, sure, I guess Tobias is... I mean, I'm guessing by the X deck as either going to be Cyber Blader or maybe one of the E-Hero fusions. Okay, certainly a strange case. We're going to lose area here to the W Tiger Catapult, and now... we're kind of scrambling. We're going to go for the Dark World Lightning here to see if we can clear out Tobias' monster. Ooh, he's going to fire the Dark Deal. This could be disastrous if he has the silver in hand. So he's going to pay the 1,000. And what? And then I'm going to discard... Wait, what? That's not what the Dark Deal does.
That's what happens when you make a deal with the devil.
You're supposed to discard this card, Tobias. I mean, I'm talking literally to a pre-recorded replay from 2 years ago, but yeah, we missed play number 2, I suppose. Alright, at least with the Zor we can clear out the Blade Skater. Okay, that's got to be a Cyber Blader in the extra deck, then there's no way Blade Skater is playable if you don't have the fusion. Okay, thankfully no more offensive pressure, just VW continuing to beat on over our Dark World monsters. Uh-oh. Ah, down comes Brow, and, well, we're not quite dead. A Familiar Possessed monster there would have put us to 0, but we are as close to dead as one can expect. Oh, we are going to go, sorry, for the Gateway, at least protect us from the Brow damage by summoning back the Scar. I guess I can see the logic in that. Maybe with the Scar we're going to grab Bron. Yeah, if we draw Silver, that's like our 1 out to the VW, I suppose, so we've got to play to our outs here. Please draw Silver. Ugh, Bron. You ugly son of a gun. This looks like it's pretty much game over. We're just going to go for the Bron, clear out the Beige, nothing to discard, and we're going to pass. Hopefully Tabas doesn't draw another offensive monster. Eto Cyber, okay, she is offensive, but she's not deadly at this stage. We're going to take 200 and then 1700 thanks to the Cyber's effect when it boosts itself when attacking directly. And yes, not good enough. Maybe we can establish the VW without it getting shut down by illegal plays. It doesn't look like it. It looks like we've actually cited out the VW stuff for more just beaters, because this is one monster stuffed hand if ever I've seen one. We're going to go for the Ozza. 11850 is pretty much the same as any other.
Is that racist?
Yes.
Tobias is going mad with the back row into the branch. Okay. And 1 set monster. Oh dear, Tobias, that's like the opposite of my hand. Right. Since we think we have sniffed out the Cyber Blader, it seems we have sided in the Chthonian Polymer as a way to out that should Tobias get the opportunity to summon it. We're going to go in now with the Orza, clear out whatever Tobias has set in his back row, the Beige, and now Bron can hit on in and we can discard our own Beige to summon it back for another 1600 damage here. Alright, we're going to pass the turn with that and see what response Tobias can muster. Gateway is fine. It's a little bit desperate if you're using it on your turn. Brings back the Beige. I suppose Beige can crash with Beige, or are you just doing it as a body? Yeah, okay. Beige is going to crash with Beige, and I think this is probably game over for Tobias when I get to my next turn. I mean, like, I don't think I have... Ooh, I was going to say, I don't think I have lethal just yet, but Silver will get us there, baby. Right, we're going to summon down the Zur. We're going to go Orza in, see who we're cooking with, the Etoile, and now Zor and Bron. Chunk on in there for 3600. And Bron, discard the Silver. Silver, return to the field and finish this boy off. God, that was a quick first and second game. I'm going to turn the fast forward on just because I like doing that with the game 3, because I have to be a bit more frenetic with my commentary. Okay. Tobias is going to go for the Zor normal summon. We're going to set down 2 and set down our Scar. He's going to go for the Dark Rod Lightning, fire it off. We're going to chain the Dark Deal. Looks like we're resolving it properly this time, maybe? Oh, no, we're not. Oh, we are resolving it properly. Wait, what? Discards. On random. Oh, it's a random card. It's not a choice. We're just going to shuffle our hand forever. We're going to discard the Brow, and the Brow is going to net us 2 draws. Right, down comes the Zor. We're going to use our Scar to pick up the Beige, and the Beige will hit on in. I'm going to go for the Bron normal summon here, cleared out the Beige. I'm going to discard the Brow to draw 1. Silver's going to come down, and that is a pretty bad situation. Not for long though, since we have the Chthonian Blast to pop up. I'm going to go for the Heater normal summon that. Okay, Dark Rod Lightning's going to fire down. We're going to fire off our Gateway, recover the Scar. Now we're just going to get offensive with the Zor and the Heater. Tobias is going to search a Bron using his Scar. And Gateway is going to get fired off, and the Silver is going to get reborn. Uh-oh. Heater dies, and yeah, things aren't looking too good for us now. Heater's going to clear out the Beige. Tobias is going to summon the Bron, and can now start picking apart our beaters. It's probably important to get rid of the Bron with our Ozza, although we do lose her again to the Silver. Thankfully, Tobias is just sitting on 1 guy, no other offensive threats, so we don't feel too bad to just keep setting monsters and dying. Eventually, we're going to set down the BES Tetron by tributing the Scar. Tobias is going to go for the Forces of Darkness, which is absolutely huge here. Huh? Wait, what? What happened? Why did I lose? BES Tetron. suppose normal summon put 3 counters on it. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card attacks with attack, remove 1 counter from this card at the end of the damage step. If you cannot destroy it. Oh, because I set the Tetra and it didn't even get any counters, so it just auto-killed itself. Wow, this card is even worse than I thought. Wow, that is terrible. Why has it got 2,300 defense then if you can't even set it? Yikes. Okay, cool. Massive misplay there. We should have just kept going with our 1850s in defense mode and just hoped we could draw some out. Shadow of Infinity is the next core set, released in February 2006, and you can probably see from these Ultimate Rare cards there's a lot of trash in this set, but there is some small modicum of treasure buried deep beneath the surface. Looking at the rares, for instance, you get absolute joke cards like Goblin Out of the Frying Pan, Malfunction, and the Princess, Pickaroo and Curran, but you do get stalwart cards like Karma Cut, Doom Dozer, and Treeborn Fog. All of these 3 have seen extensive play, both in obviously mainstay Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like Duel Links, where Karma Cut was a absolute beast of a card for a lot of the early sort of 2 or 3 years of that game's life cycle. Doom Dozer is really funny. You can just banish 2 insects from the graveyard to summon this big 2800 dude. Very strong in Demise, OTK, and then various sort of like B Trooper or Insecta Bruise. Treeborn Fog is great just for any tribute summon deck, and the Karma Card obviously has a great removal source. In the super rares, Demise and Ruin are the 2 best ones. Obviously Demise just being a full board wipe for 2k life points is probably the more appealing of the 2, whereas Ruin can just attack twice, which isn't that great. Both of these cards though are some of my favourite ritual monsters of all time. I loved when they got the retrain, was it Cybernetic Horizon? Not that those cards were that good or groundbreaking, but I love me some good rituals, and I think these 2 are some of the early iconic ones, and it's really cool to see their legacy withstand the test of time in that sense. Ultra rares, you've got the 3 Sacred Beasts, which are all pretty much unplayable even after the recent structure deck support that they got. None of these cards are good, and the Cyber Laser Dragon, which is also pretty bad. Commons, Jesus, I mean, there's the unplayable Neo Bubble Man, given Metamorphosis is banned. Saber Beetle is like a 2400 Monarch with Piercing, that's okay. Everything else, though, is just
in a desolate wasteland.
Right, we got more than enough adhesive explosives, anti-eating ants. We got some D3S Frog. We did get a Divine Dragon Excelion. What does that card do? It's a 1 tribute monster for 1500. No thanks. Okay, that's terrible to just pull 1. We did get 2 Doom Dozer, which is pretty cool. We've got 3 Karma Card. That's really going to be good for the sealed deck. 1 Raphael. Oh, double Uriah and 3 Treeborn Fog. I mean, we pulled basically what we wanted. 3 Treeborn Fog and 3 Karma Card. Unfortunately, no Ritual Monsters. 2 Doom Dozers are still pretty good. And then we did get some of the meme Sacred Beast cards. Right, let's have a look at our sealed deck and then see how well we do. Okay, looking at this deck, I have no idea what most of these cards even are. So as I do the rundown, I'm basically going to be reading these cards for effectively the first time anyway. Right, we've got the Adhesive Explosive, 3 of this card. So if it's attacked while in defense mode, he equips... Oh, this is like bad Blast Sphere. Okay, so if it's attacked when in defense mode, he just equips the monster and they blow up during the opponent's next standby phase. Pretty good removal, honestly. 1 Chainsaw Insect, this guy's just got 2400 attack for a 4-star, very strong. Yes, it has the downside where if it battles, the opponent gets to draw a card, but come on, 2400 attack on a normal summon, you're not going to pass this card up. 3 Disciple of the Forbidden Spell. So from memory, and I think, yeah, you've got stuff like Grass Phantom that's quite similar. The random, like, side quest element to this set is getting monsters with the same name as themselves in the graveyard. And both Disciple and Grass Phantom are the 2 monsters that really benefit from having multiple copies in the graveyard. So Grass Phantom just gains 500 attack for each other one in the grave, so it can get up to 2000 attack on a normal summon. And the Disciple of the Forbidden Spell can pick attributes when he's summoned based on the number of disciples in the graveyard, and then if he battles a monster of that attribute, he just automatically destroys it. So if Tabas, let's say he gets out a Doom Dozer and we have one of these in the graveyard, if we summon down another one, declare Earth, and then we can just immediately kill the Doom Dozer without having to obviously get over it in battle traditionally. So that's pretty good, a decent way of removing some powerful threats here. The one problem,
It's a big problem.
to this strategy is that they introduced this kind of gimmick of making sure you have monsters with the same name in the graveyard, but then the most powerful card in the set, Karma Cut, as well as banishing that one face-up monster, banishes all cards with the same name in the graveyard. So even if like I get a powerful disciple, or Tabas gets a powerful disciple with 2 attributes on its side, you can just Karma Cut and get them all away, which is just sad, because there's also like, I think Symbol of Heritage is, yeah, this is like a monster reborn as an equipped spell, but only if you've got 3 monsters with the same name in the graveyard. So let's say that you had 3 disciple in the graveyard and you could recover one with this and pick 2 attributes. Karma Cut just says no and just gets rid of all of them from the graveyard, so basically shut this card down from being effective. So it's a shame that this card is actually as strong as it is. Like if we just banished the monster on the field, it would be a lot more fair for this sealed environment. As it is, it just really hamstrings a lot of the set's, I guess, better monsters. We are playing double Doom Dozer, and to complement this, we obviously have to play a lot of insects. As I said, we've got the Chainsaw Insect, we've got triple Gokipon. If he's trying to battle, he can just add a weak insect from deck to hand. I think he's the only one we can add. Grass Phantom's a plant. Sand, oh, that's a rock. Oh, we can add a Silent Insect, which is garbage, but is an insect, so I think that's the reason we're playing it, just a bit, hopefully load up our graveyard so we can summon the big Doom Dozers. Triple Grass Phantom, as mentioned earlier. Double Saber Beetle, this is an okay one tribute that just has 2400 attack and piercing, which is pretty good. 2 Sand Moth, I don't think this card's effect will ever trigger, but he's got 2000 defense, and that's obviously pretty good in a sealed environment. Tenkabito Shion, he's just immune to traps, so it does mean he's Karma Cut proof, but 1500 attack is pretty weak. Triple Treeborn Fog, obviously just free revival for our Saber Beetle. 2 Symbol of Heritage just to recurve things like the Disciple or the Grass Phantom. 1 Damage Condenser, this is actually a pretty cool card. When we take battle damage, we get to discard a card to summon 1 monster from the deck with attack less than or equal to the battle damage we took. So this can essentially allow us to get Grass Phantoms or Disciples from our hand to the graveyard to summon a better one later down the line, which could be cool. Then we're playing 3 Generation Shift. What does this card do? Target a monster you control, destroy it, then add 1 card with the same name. Oh.
It's trash.
Karma Cut obviously is insane, and then 3 Next to be Lost. Let one face up monster you control, send 1 card from there. Oh, that's basically Generation Shift, but good. You just, yeah, lots of these cards are terrible. So let's see how well we do. Alright, well, we love to see Karma Cut in the opening hand. The rest of these cards, I mean, I guess we can get the Grass Phantoms in the grave with the Generation Shift, but Jesus, not much else here. Okay, Tabas is going to go for the full defensive suite here, the old W set. We're going to go for the offensive Adhesive Explosive. I'm not sure why, but I guess he's just latching on to his brother here, and they're both going to mutually assure their own destruction during my next standby phase, which is fun.
If I go, I'm taking you with me.
We're going to set down our 2 back row and pass the turn. Tabas is just going to set, and now the Adhesive Explosives will blow up. We're going to go for the Gokipon, pass the turn. Ooh, this is punishing. Treeborn Fog for the Saber Beetle. This is going to be a lot of damage. Yep, we're going to take this 1600 hit. Odd that we're not going for the Karma Cut. I guess we probably want to reserve that for something like the Disciple, but I feel like Saber Beetle is pretty much unbeatable without it. Oh yeah, now we're going to go for the Karma Cut. I think we just realised that. Oh, the malfunction. Okay. I don't think you know how bad this card is, Tabas. You can pay the 500 life points, sure. I'll just activate it again.
It's completely useless.
Pitching the Gokipon, get that Saber Beetle out of here. Now we can get offensive. The Grass Phantom's coming down. The Phantom of the Garden is here, inside your mind. And we're going to go for the Generation Shift in the end phase, pitching our Grass Phantom to draw the second. And now look at this guy, he's even stronger than ever before, the 1500 Phantom. There's no way your Gokipon can stand up against this dude. Tabas searches, I think that's the... Oh, that's only his second Gokipon. I thought he'd already gone through a couple of them. Tabas just sets. Oh, we're going to draw the Disciple, fire him down, at least hopefully get this guy in the graveyard fairly soon so our other ones can actually be useful. Ooh, the Sand Moth. There is no way we can deal with that with pretty much any card in our deck, so this is going to be a fun grind game. Tabas are going to set down a monster, go for the next to be lost. That seems really not opportune. Like, surely you want to keep the Sand Moths in deck because it's like one of the only good cards.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
But we have drawn our next to be lost. That's actually not too bad with the Grass Phantom or the Disciple out. We can't obviously clear the Sand Moth, so we are just going to try and get into the new set, which is the Go-Keep-On, which grabs the final Go. Okay, Tabas just passes. We're going to go for the next to be lost here, fire down our final Grass Phantom to buff this guy up to 2000. Now we've got the Symbol of Heritage as well. Unless we get Karma Cutted and Mega Punished, we have the recurable 2k threat. Go-Keep-On falls, and Tabas is going to grab, unless you're playing Silent Insect, there's no other targets. Yep, okay, no other targets. Oh no, Sand Moth goes down for the Saber. Well, we're going to lose our Grass Phantom here, and I don't really know what else we can do. I mean, we've got the Adhesive Explosives, so we just have to hope that Tabas eventually attacks into them. Bear in mind, we've got 2 of them set now. Hopefully that is the case soon. Aha!
He took the bait.
Yes, the bait was too tempting. I'm going to take the 1400 from the Piercing, but next turn, Tabas, that Saber Beetle, he's going to go boom! Silent Insect, great. Okay, we're going to set down the Treeborn Fog and see whether our Disciple can get through. Uh-oh, Tabas's Grass Phantom is setting his future ones up to be even stronger. Saber Beetle blows up, and we're feeling pretty good. Okay, Disciple's going to come down and clean out our Disciple. We're going to go for the Tenkabito Shien here and pass the turn. Tabas's go, Grass Phantom's going to come down and just clean up our Shien. It does mean that his final Phantom is going to be a 2k attack, but we're feeling pretty confident, especially with the Karma Cut set. If he summons the Grass Phantom, we're just going to absolutely Shrek him. What? I was like, why are you activating these cards? Okay, the Ant-Eater Eating Ant. I didn't even consider this card. What does this card do? This card can't be special under stat. This card cannot be special under stat by sending 2 spell traps. You can destroy 1 spell trap your opponent controls. If you have to attack, this card can't attack. You want to neg yourself 2 to summon it, and it's only like a spell trap removal at the expense of its own attack.
I thought it was such a good deal.
You dipshit.
Wow, okay. He is going to pop the damage condenser. We're going to go for the Karma Cut now, just because we can't really deal with the Ant-Eater Eating Ant, and we're going to pitch our Silent Insect. Tenkabito Shien's going to fire off, and oh, well, that was basically a completely wasted attack. Why did I lose Why did I lose Shien? Why did Shien die? I don't know. Well, we're going to revive the Grass Phantom with the Symbol of Heritage. Normal summon the Go-Keep-On. Oh my gosh, I am the aggressive bee. Treeborn will just recur himself. And the Chainsaw Insect. Well, that does cleanly out the Grass Phantom. I guess, as is natural, his big blades are cutting down the grass. Thankfully, we do draw the Disciple off that, which means we can... Oh, actually, Saber Beetle is just... Isn't that just game? Yeah, this is just game, I think. We can flip over the Adhesive Explosive, go Saber Beetle into the Chainsaw Insect, Go-Keep-On, and then the Grass Phantom and the Adhesive Explosive will punch on in for the final 3000. Oh, how does it feel to lose to the Phantom of the Glass? Oh god, that was only 1 jewel. God, what a slow burn. Right, game 2. Tabas is going to opt to go first. Go for the 2 set and 1 monster face down 2. We're just going to go start ourselves with our standard Adhesive Explosive set and 1 in the back row 2. Disciple gets summoned, and we're going to latch it onto him with our Adhesive Explosive. We're going to set down the other adhesive, pass the turn. Tabas's Disciple will fall here as he sets down more monsters. We can now go for the Grass Phantom, see what Tabas is cooking with in his... Ooh! There's no way you are Karma Cutting 1 Grass Phantom.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
I suppose it does cut him off from ever being a 2000 attacker, and I can't Symbol of Heritage him ever again, but like... That has got to be the worst value. And you lost a Disciple for that? You could have summoned him and also killed Waters. What are you doing? That's like one of the worst trades I've ever seen.
Trade is bad.
Okay, we draw our Karma Cut. Very good to see. We're going to set down the Go-Keep-On and just keep on trying to build our wall. Tenkabito Shien is going to come down. Thankfully, he's going to attack into the Adhesive Explosive. And we can latch on in. We're going to set down the Sand Moth past the turn. Tenkabito will die. Tabas's wall just gets bigger and bigger. Now we're going to go for our Saber Beetle. And hope we can start plugging through these guys. Okay, Gokipon falls. Tabas is going to take 1600, but grab himself another Gokipon. I'm pretty happy about that because that's just like free fodder for our Saber Beetle to smash into. We're going to go for the Chain Thrasher. Who's this guy? Oh, we brought him in from the side. It's going to attack one additional time during the battle phase for each Chain Thrasher in your graveyard. Okay, we're going to combo that with the next speed loss, sending one from the deck to the graveyard. So this guy can now attack twice. Let's see what we're cooking with. Oh, he's going to attack once. The Treeborn Fog falls. And he's going to attack again. Oh my god. And the Gokipon. Oh, this guy is just getting so much value. And Saber Beetle's going to be able to swipe on over the Sandmoth. How did I predict what those set cards were? Chain Thrasher is on a whole nother level here.
It's off the chain, baby.
Right, Tabas is going to set down one card. Oh, and go for the Anteater Eating Ant. Why didn't I use the card? I suppose we didn't need to waste a card in hand. Now we're going to go for the Generation Shift though. Bring out the final Chain Thrasher. Oh my gosh. This is going to be ugly. Saber Beetle, clear the Anteater, and then Chain Thrasher. Attack not once, not twice, but 3 times. Ugh! Practically halving Tabas's life points there. Uh-oh, Symbol of Heritage is going to come down. When you're Symbol of Heritaging for Gokipon.
I keep discovering a new rock bottom.
Oh god, okay, Glass Phantom, the Chain Thrasher will finally fall. He got so much value though, I can't complain. Especially with the Chainsaw Inset, and this is just game. Saber Beetle's going to hit on him for 1400 and Chainsaw Inset for the game. Our first progression deck is a little bit fiendish. You know, we pulled all these Dark World cards, so we kind of have to play them, right? And yeah, they're not brilliant at this stage in Yu-Gi-Oh! They don't have that many ways to trigger their cool effects, and there's not enough of them to build a cohesive deck just with them alone. So we're plugging in the Archfiends. Why? Because these cards are all Fiends. There's no actual synergy between Archfiend cards and the Dark World cards, at least not until maybe like way later with stuff like Archfiend Emperor that has some synergy with other Fiends. But right now they're just here because we're going thematic with our Fiends, I guess.
You fiendish devil.
So let's run through the cards. We've got the Archfiend of Gilfer, who's kind of funny. He's a 1 tribute monster with low attack. If you're sent to the graveyard, he just targets some face-up monster on the field and makes that monster lose 500 attack, which is kind of funny. We've got Triple Beige, Double Brow, and Double Bron. 2 Night Zenith. This guy is another Fiend, so we might as well play him, and he's pretty good. 2 Scar to search our Dark Worlds. Triple Shadow Knight Archfiend. This guy's just got 2000 attack, so pretty cool. 2 Silver. 1 Beast of Talwa, who is of course an Archfiend, same with the Summer Skull, and 2 Zer. In the spells we're playing Double Braincon, Card of Safe Return, because we do actually have quite a lot of Graveyard Revival with both Beige and Silver, as well as things like Gateway to Dark World and the Archfiend's Roar. 2 Dark World Lightning, this can hopefully allow us to pop the passes back when we trigger our Dark Worlds. 2 Falling Down, so if we have an Archfiend out we can just steal an opponent's monster, which is cool. Painful Choice, Product Greed, and the Premature Burial. Painful Choice mainly just to get our big Archfiends into the grave so we can recur them with the Archfiend's Roar. Oh, there is a card that actually makes everything come together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Bark of Dark Water. So if one of our Fiend monsters battles and all of our monsters are Fiends, we can just pay life points in multiples of 100 to sink Tabas's monster by that amount that we pay, so essentially ensuring we win any combat, which is pretty cool. Dark Deal, hopefully remember how this card actually works so we can actually use this to negate Tabas's power spells like Braincon or Product Greed and turn that into good advantage for us when we discard our Dark Worlds. And one of the Forces of Darkness just to recur some advantage. In this time we've got some other Fiends and some other general good stuff cards. Right, let's hop on into the replay and see how we do. I think looking at our opening hand, this looks like average Dark World hand. We can't really expect too much else from our deck. Let's see what Tabas is playing. Down comes the Barco. Manju! Oh my gosh, are you playing like, do you have West Chef or Masked Beast or something? Ooh, the legendary Flame Lord. What does this guy do? Tribute monsters whose levels equal 7 or more. Each time your opponent activates 1 spell, put a spell counter and remove 3 to destroy the monsters on the field. Okay, it's kind of a whack board wipe. Right, we're going to go for the Bron here. Just punching in, hopefully summon our Silver here just to be able to get some big damage going on turn 1. Okay, Tabas, nothing in his back row that's relevant. Oh, pretend I played the card of Safe Return before, just so I can actually get advantage from it. Yep, we're going to summon the Silver, draw a card, and yeah, punching in for 2300. We've got nothing we can really do backwards wise, so we're just going to go the Dark World Lightning here. Oop. His back row is dodging the removal here. We're going to pitch the Brow, draw a card, and I guess Tobias does not want me seeing what that card is.
It's my secret.
Right, we're going to set down our 2 recovery cards and pass the turn. Tobias is just going to go for a set and pass. Oh, and a set other back row. We're going to go for the gateway in the end phase. We'll recur the Brow so we can draw another card. I mean, this is just insane. We're just actually popping off with the Dark Worlds. We're going to go for the Shadow Knight here. See what Tobias is brewing in the back row. Oh, his monster's also going to get banished. Apparently, I am not allowed that information either. And this just... yeah, is just game? Yeah. Right, we made light work of that into game 2, I guess. Looking at our hand, it's slightly different. We don't actually have any of our discard enablers, but Scar and Might Ascendant can help get us there and obviously disrupt Tobias' board. Tobias is going to go for the Skilled Dark Magician. Okay. We're going to just set the Night Ascendant path. We don't really want to give this guy fodder by using any of our spells just yet. Night Ascendant's going to take him out, so that seems pretty fine value to me. Ooh, the Call of the Haunted though. Fair enough. I will take that Skilled Dark Magician beat down right there. We're going to go for the Brain Con though. Pay our 8, take that. Feel great as we tribute him off for the silver. Not the ideal way to summon the silver, but you know, it's pretty punishing for Tobias. We're going to deal 2,300 and pass the turn. Tobias just passes. Uh-oh, not good when we've got our Pot of Greed. We're going to draw 2. Ooh, Dark World Lightning we can fire off. Get rid of the anti-spell. There's no way you're playing a spell counter deck.
I keep discovering a new rock bottom.
These aren't even good like when they had their first structure deck. They only become good with pendulums way down the line. There's no way you're cooking this. I mean, I got to applaud the wackiness, but I mean, when you're getting beaten by just random Fiends that don't really have much synergy. Okay, I mean, maybe I spoke too soon. The Brain Con's going to be fired off into pass, is going to steal the silver. Have we got some cool combo? No, he's just being used to out the Zor. I guess we just win then, don't we? We just go for the Dark World Lightning, and that's the game. Right, I'll just put this on fast forward and see whether Tobias can actually do anything with his deck. I know that sounds really harsh, but nothing has really been achieved. He's going to go for the Manju, grab the Legendary Flame Lord, and set 2 back row past him. We're going to go for the painful choice, just pitch a whole bunch of our Archfiend and powerful monsters from the grave. Tobias is going to grant us the Summoned Skull Hand. We're going to fire off the Premature Burial, bring back the Bronze, clear out the Manju, deal 400 damage, and recur the silver. Dealing 2,300 in the main phase 2. We're going to tribute the Bronze down for the Archfiend of Gilfer. Sonic Bird is going to come down. Okay, we're going to pause for a second. Tobias has it. Oh, that's actually quite spicy. Brain conning my monster to use it as the ritual material. I've got to applaud the play. Right, Incandescent Ordeal is going to get fired off. Legendary Flame Lord will come down, grilling us with his fiery fervor. Okay, Nobleman of Extermination. Uh-oh, we're going to lose our Archfiends. We're no point playing that here. And now the Legendary Flame Lord has 1 spell counter on. He's unbeatable. What are we ever going to do? Yeah, we're just going to tribute for the Summoned Skull and clear him off. Yeah, that was all that effort for a 2,400 dude with no protection.
Wow, that was so anticlimactic.
Brilliant, right. We're just going to keep on punching him with our Summoned Skull. Nothing else we can do. The Apprentice is probably going to fetch Tobias the old Vindictive, which is fine. We're okay to lose Summoned Skull here. And we're going to pass the turn. Tobias is just going to pass. Doesn't even want to flip the Vindictive proactively. Alright, that means we can just summon down the Shadow Knight. I'm going to go for the Shadow Knight first. In hindsight, I probably should have done the Summoned Skull first, just so I could have ensured a bit more damage to Tobias' life points. But with this deck, I don't think it really matters. Expediency doesn't really matter when there's no threat on the other side. I can just kind of take this as slow as I want. We're going to tribute the Shadow Knight for the Beast of Towal. We're just summoning all of our big tributes here. Towal will attack on in for 2,400, putting Tobias to 2,000. And what were these back row? We will never know, but they were clearly not very effective. Yeah, wow, that was a bad deck, Tobias, a very bad deck. Alright, our other progression deck is something we tried to bring last week with the gadgets, but we've actually kitted them out with cards that genuinely support them and make for a good, well-rounded strategy, as opposed to playing stuff like Steam Void and Gyroid to live the meme dream with Power Bond. To that end, we are playing 2 Chiron the Mage. This guy can be used to pitch a spell to pop a spell trap on the field, and given we're playing Gaia Power and some useless things like Smashing Ground or Scapegoat or Rush Recklessly that aren't always useful to have in the hand, this guy can be just a good way of removing Tabas's backbone. Triple Giant Rat, one of the really cool things with the gadgets is all of them trigger on special summon. So Rat can float on into them, they can let you a search for another gadget, and then on my turn I can just summon that new gadget, search again, and have so much advantage over Tabas, it's not even funny. Then we are playing 2 Gigantes. This can allow us to make use of our graveyard earth monsters, banishing them to summon a big 1900 attacker that on destruction by battle blows up all the spells and traps on the field, which is very strong. Obviously we've got 3 of each gadget, double Jinzo and the Mobius, so we actually have something our gadgets can tribute on into. 2 Braincon, that can also be really strong at making our big tribute monsters. Triple Gaia Power to boost all our gadgets up by a good amount, as well as obviously making Gigantes and Chiron 23 and 2400 attackers. 2 My Body to protect our monsters. 2 Nobleman to pop Backbow. Pot of Greed, Premature Burial, double Rush Recklessly so we win combat. 1 Scapegoat just to stall, double Smashing Ground, 1 Terraforming, double Phoenix Wing Moonblast, 1 Wing of Destruction, and the Kuragane. Right, let's flick on over to the replay and see how well we do. 37. Okay, it looks like it is a different deck. I was going to say, if that's 44 cards and you've got the 1 in the extra deck, I'm I'm going to be surprised if you're playing the same deck. Right, it's going to go for the Pot of Greed, draw 2 as we shuffle our hand inexplicably. And Tabas is going to set down 3. Oh no, this is the same deck.
I keep discovering a new rock bottom.
Okay, this is not going to go well for you, Tobias. I've actually bought a really competent deck. Right, we're going to go for the Giant Rat here. Be a little bit generous to Tobias, just crash them in, even though I probably could have gone for something a little bit stronger there. We're going to go for the green, grab the red, and then we're going to set down the Scapegoat and the My Body once we've dealt some decent damage here. Sonic Bird is going to come down and grab Tobias another Incandescent Ordeal. Wow, you're overflowing with them. And the green will fade to the Sonic Bird. Right, now at a Sublime position where we can just summon the red, grab the yellow, and we've got the Kuragane as a really fun way to follow up with some cool damage. So we're going to deal with the 1300, set down the Kuragane, pass the turn.
I keep discovering a new rock bottom.
Oh, there's no way you're playing Lightning Vortex for 1. We're going to go for the Kuragane to chain, pitch our red gadget, bring back the green. Oh wait, what? You discarded
Basta!
Blader?
I bet you feel pretty stupid right about now.
Okay, just so you could summon back the
Basta!
Blader with Call of the Haunted. That is actually pretty peak. Okay, Blader is going to clear out our green gadget here. We really just passed. Okay, we're just trying to help you, Tabas. Okay, we're trying to help your win-loss ratio here. Alright, use the Senju, grab the legendary Flame Lord, go for Pitch Black Power Stone.
What?
Okay, when did this card even come out? Incandescent Ordeal is going to get fired off, and you're going to tribute the Blader. I actually think this card is just better than Flame Lord. Right, follow that up with a Miracle Restoring. Oh my gosh, that means you can take the spell counters from the Pitch Black Power Stone to revive back the Blader.
What a combo.
Okay, I see what you're popping off. You're popping off pretty hard here. We are going to take 6,400 damage. No, we're not. We're just going to fire the Scapegoat. I'll let you have your fun. I'm not going to take that amount of damage to pass, so we're just going to leave 1. We're going to go for the Pot of Greed here, draw 2. We're going to go for the Braincon, pay 8, steal the Flame Lord, and then boom! You got to trigger your own Flame Lord! The field goes bye-bye as we're going to go for the Terraforming, grab ourselves another Gaia Power, which we can now fire off. Oh, we don't want to do that actually because we don't want to give the Flame Lord another token. We're going to go for the yellow gadget, grab ourselves the green, and punch him in for 3,600 here. In the end phase, he's going to get his Flame Lord back, and we should discard a card, but we apparently forget to. Hand size is not real. We will lose their yellow gadget here. What's our running back? Oh, My Body. Okay. And Nobleman is funny. We can just go for the Gaia Power here, trigger the second spell counter, and then we're going to go for the red gadget and see whether we can punch on over the defensive threat. Oh, it is the RML. Okay, fair enough. We're just going to take the 200 and pass the turn. We're actually in a pretty unfavourable position now. If Tabas is able to establish... We're going to go for the Mario Body on the Lightning Vortex, play the Thor Cap clip. Flame Lord is able to pop the whole field, but obviously he doesn't want to do that quite when he's got the 2 counters on their arm out. We're going to lose our Wed Gadget here. Oh, and the Smashing Ground is key. No, Smashing Ground is going to be used, and we can pop the Flame Lord because they have the same defense. We get to pick who gets popped. Then we're going to go for the green, pick up our... We don't actually have any more targets for green because we've run through them all, and we're going to pass the turn. Skilled Dark is going to come down and just crash with the green. Fair enough. Our turn. Can we get a rush recklessly? Yes, we can. Oh, we're gonna go for the green. We don't want to proactively use the rush recklessly just yet, even though we probably could have done. We just want to establish a bit more advantage first, such as summoning the red gadget here, kind of ensuring we can win the game. We're gonna go for the rush recklessly in damage. Anti-spell. That actually would work here, but we are in damage step, so you can't use counter traps in the damage step. But I'm going to give it to you, Tabas. Okay, fine. You can have that one.
You're welcome.
I'm not outing the RML this turn, right? We're going to take 200 and end the turn. Tabas just passes. We're going to go for the Wing Blast here, and that is the game. I really do applaud the creativity in the deck choice. Like, playing the Incandescent Flame Lord is kind of cool. It's like a fun ritual monster. But I don't think you needed to go full spell counter, because there aren't enough cards that benefit from that, and you're not playing enough like free spells like Upstart or what have you that can actually proactively trigger these. You're just playing like a 1900 and hoping 3 spells get activated. Right, we're going to go for the yellow gadget, grab the green, and then we're just going to set down the Ring of Destruction and pass the turn. So as I'm going to go for the Nobleman, I'm just going to fire off the ring, then pop the Skilled Dark Magician. Ooh, but the Mario Body is going to come in clutch here, and that does put 2 counters on the Skilled Dark Magician. Am I about to get wrecked by my own like trash talk of this? My hubris. Yeah, my sheer hubris is going to destroy me. Lightning Vortex is going to kill the yellow gadget just so we can get 3 counters, and then the Skilled Dark Magician will pop himself to summon the Dark Magician. With no monsters left on the board, Dark Magician is going to attack me directly, and I will take the 2500 here. I'm going to go for the Chiron, Damage Step, Rush Recklessly, and the 2 Crash. Tabas is now just passing, and at this point, once we can start the gadget train rolling and we're not faced with opposition, the game is pretty much over. Red will grab yellow and deal a nice 1300, and unless Tabas has an answer this turn, Pitch Black Power Stone is funny. Oh, and the Miracle Restoring, he's going to do that, fire them both off to recur the Dark Magician. Okay, 2500 is pretty big actually. I was going to go for the Jinzo to ice that out, but you sort of played your hand a little early, which does actually work in your favour in this instance. We're going to go for the green, grab red. Pot of Greed is going to get fired off, and Tabas will draw 2 cards. Please tell me I don't lose it. Oh my gosh, you have 2 Lightning Vortex? Since when? Right, I'm going to lose our field here, and the Dark Magician is going to be able to attack directly once more. Don't tell me I lose it. Oh! I was going to say, Brain Con to the rescue, baby! We're going to steal the Dark Magician, tribute him off, go for the Jinzo. Probably shouldn't have done that because I could have dealt 100 more damage, but it doesn't really matter. Now Tabas is out of traps. Oh, but he's not out of the game yet. Oh my gosh, we're going to lose. He's going to Brain Con the Jinzo, and we just lose!
That was embarrassing.
I think that's the most embarrassing loss I've had this series so far. Like, how did a competently made gadget deck lose? Right, into game 3. Hopefully we can actually take the set. If we lose this set, I'm just going to be livid, right? I'm going to summon the green, grab the red. Tabas is going for the Pot of Greed, drawing into basically nothing. We're going to go for the Chiron the Mage, pop Tabas's Pitch Black Power Stone by just going to Smashing Ground, and then we can chunk on in with our 2 dudes. Tabas is just going to set another monster. We're going to go for the red, grab yellow, and beat on in with the 3 of these guys. And that is game, okay. Well, we saw what the deck could do. I do kind of like the Miracle Restoring aspect to occur, like the Blader and the Dark Magician, and obviously they're both level 7s for your Ritual monster, but honestly, they're just bad. They're just not good enough for this stage in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right, and that is the episode. A lot of wins for me. I'm sure I'm probably going to lose another card from my collection when Tobias bans it at the start of the next episode. Next episode, though, will be the Legendary Collection Yugi episode, where we're just going to be opening that one set because I have 6 progression decks to play with. And they're a lot like Tobias's deck that he played here. They're mostly meme-heavy, bizarre, wacky things that I've been itching to play for a while, but just didn't quite have the necessary tools. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Do please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.